Welcome. This webinar is an association with the Nevada Department of Education and the Digital Engineers Collaborative. In this webinar, Building Community and Culture in Canvas, our goal is to provide you with support as you build your online classroom community and culture. We will speak specifically to the Canvas LMS community. However, ideas presented can be applied across other learning management systems. I'd like to introduce the innovative and inquisitive Audra Armand Richardson, who is currently an elementary school strategist, CCSD professional development instructor, prior Nevada Ready 21 grant PD specialist, former 5th grade teacher within the state of Nevada and California, web designer, expert in Google Everything, blended learning coach, QM certified, CCSD Canvas Ninja, and the list goes on. She is always reading the next thing and is up to date on most everything that is in the forefront of technology integration for education. She loves concert dates and traveling with her hubby Ben. Oh, and most things Disney.
Thank you. And to introduce my colleague and friend, Ingrid Johnson, who spent many years in a middle school computer classroom before moving into several positions involving digital coaching and blended learning integration, including digital learning coach, former NVLA online and blended learning teacher, NR21 PD strategist, PDE instructor, and writer, and now currently works for the online and blended learning initiative. She is well versed in both Google and Canvas and is QM certified. Truly the blessed collaborator and inspiration I had the privilege of working with. Outside of work, she finds joy in being a mama and wife to her hilarious husband, Derek. So with that, Ingrid and I are back. As mentioned this month, we are talking about a few ways to build online classroom community and culture. In this webinar, we will focus on 3 specific tips. Teacher presence, capitalizing on announcements in your LMS, specifically Canvas, discussions, weaving and modeling best practices, external applications, Flipgrid. Through the use of webinars and monthly step-by-step infographics, it is our goal to provide you with support for utilizing Canvas LMS with your digital classroom. Ingrid, as educators begin to plan how they will build an online class experience for students and create layers of reasons kids want to come back each day, where do they start?
I love that you use the word layers, just like building a layered cake with multiple layers of sponge, fillings, and frosting, where you are creating depth of flavor and a delicious experience that you want to come back to again and again. It's why we often enjoy more than one piece of cake, right? So let's start with creating a strong teacher presence. Like the cake, there are many ingredients to this, and it takes some attention to detail. However, in the end, after adding all the elements to build a cake, or in this case, a classroom community and culture, we will end up with an end product in which students will enjoy a genuine sense of depth in their overall experience within the course. So number 1, creating presence. Actually create it. Be there. For instance, create routine and generate an announcement in your course on a daily basis. Start the day by providing students with a digital checklist of what needs to be accomplished. Add a video message saying good morning along with your typed message.
Hi, kindergartners. Today is going to be terrific. Do you know why? Because it's Tuesday. Find the letter T. What sound does T make? Find the letter T and click on the picture next to it. Can't wait to see you in our first meeting.
Additional announcements in your course could also include virtual office hours, virtual celebrations, virtual parent-teacher conferences, virtual school events, reminders, substitute teacher, virtual show and tell schedule, virtual field trips, and even virtual guest speakers.
I agree. Making a daily connection with students in live sessions, as well as recorded and typed messages, is incredibly impactful in building relationships and a sense of belonging. The more you insert yourself into the digital space, through time, students will be able to get to know you, even though you are not in the same physical space. One of the easiest ways to do this is by inserting Bitmojis as well as emojis into your messages and course. My favorite resource is Emojipedia.
I'd also like to add that prompt and tailored student feedback, which can be accomplished in many forms, from sending a virtual sticker to a recorded message of your voice, will be another layer to creating teacher presence and connection.
I create my stickers in Google Drawings and save as JPEG or PNG files. I use the image tool to easily add them into Canvas courses and shout out student work. Within Canvas, there is a feature at the top of the rich content editor where the teacher can record a message for announcements, assignments, and as you mentioned, student feedback. It doesn't get much more tailored than that. Please note your Canvas instance might appear slightly different. However, the icons and functions of the rich content editor have the same naming conventions.
Continuing the idea involving presence, another way that the teacher can leverage the digital format to make an impact on students and build a strong sense of presence and involvement is through asynchronous discussions.
Yes, asynchronous and synchronous discussions are a perfect way to continue layering that cake or building community. Step number 2 is to integrate teacher presence through the power of async discussions. Remember, asynchronous discussions are not live or in real time. They happen within the LMS during student independent work time. Let's examine the asynchronous setting and how teachers can use this type of discussion to everyone's advantage. First, modeling best practices for your students will be important, as students have more experience texting and with social media than in the digital classroom. Clearly, those are not how we want students to interact within the course. Model typing in complete sentences and with appropriate punctuation and capitalization. Compliment students who are catching on to this publicly. Even create a checklist to help students review their work. But most important, be present in the discussions. If you don't care, they don't care.
To develop an engaging discussion environment, you will need to consider ways to make learners feel comfortable in sharing their thoughts and ideas. Providing students with a few tools to assist in this process can be helpful. For example, using a framework such as this one will help students in getting started and know how to begin structuring their initial response in the discussion forum. RACE is commonly used in elementary schools to create constructed responses. However, it is really the basis of strong online discussion responses. All teachers could use this framework to support students in crafting their ideas and opinions.
We also want to provide students with supports to respond to their peers. This is what makes an online discussion an interchange of comments. So often students will comment, "I agree with so-and-so," because they're not sure what to say. What happens in our face-to-face instruction, best believe will happen in our online discussions. I found the TAG acronym on Twitter one day, and I think it is a great way to model and support students. T stands for tell the speaker something you like or connect to in their response. A stands for ask a question of the speaker. This keeps the conversation moving forward. And the G, give the speaker a suggestion. This could be constructive feedback or something the student is not clear on or needs more information about. Or here is an opportunity to respectfully disagree.
Techniques like weaving of discussions can result in a positive learning environment, the nurturing of a community of learners, and a higher rate of retention in online courses. Teachers can help steer the direction of student dialogue. They can model etiquette, ask follow-up questions, compliment student responses, and clarify confusion or misunderstanding.
Tip number 3 is using an external application to maximize both presence and engagement. This can easily be accomplished by bringing in Flipgrid.
This adds an entirely different element to the digital classroom experience, harnessing the power of voice and creativity to help students build classroom relationships. Tell me more.
Flipgrid is 100% free to educators as of the date of this recording, which makes it a great tool for your digital classroom. Here are some ideas for using Flipgrid in your Canvas course. Class discussions, student screencasts to get help with their work, stop motion videos, fluency practice, student presentations, and all about me moments that allow students to share their ideas. Flipgrid allows an educator to create a topic for students to respond to. Each individual student creates their own video. Classmates can view and post replies in the form of a video or comments. This is such a crucial way to build community from a distance. Students can get to know their classmates even though they have never met face-to-face. I used this in my classroom last year, and it was a game changer during school closure. Students shared their responses to assignments, created funny videos about what they were interested in, such as I had a pug lover in my classroom, and he would post a daily pug photo for the class. Students shared vacation photos. It became a way for us to share. Even my shyer students had a way of participating, even if they were just watching videos posted. This is a great way to support students' social emotional needs. And I have to say, it did as much for me as it did for them. I felt uplifted and encouraged too. If you are new to Flipgrid, Ingrid and I have a great resource we created about Flipgrid. Use the bit.ly address provided to learn about the features of Flipgrid. Each image on the resource will direct you to valuable information. Just type in bit.ly/letsflipgrid2 into the address bar of your web browser. The address is case sensitive, so be sure to capitalize accordingly. Flipgrid also has a YouTube channel full of how-to resources and teacher innovations. It is worth checking out. Also, we want to mention that the terms of service agreement for Flipgrid state the tool is intended for individuals 13 years or older. So you will need to check with your district school about usage and may need permission forms. An example is provided on this resource. Another reason to use Flipgrid is that it integrates with Canvas. First, you will need to create a Flipgrid account. Again, Flipgrid accounts are 100% free for teachers. To integrate your Flipgrid account with your Canvas course, you will need to navigate to your settings on the Canvas course. Choose Apps from the tabbed menu, search for Flipgrid, and select Add. You will be asked for a consumer key and shared secret. These can be found in your Flipgrid. Log into your Flipgrid account and click on your avatar to reveal the menu and select integrations. Copy and paste the consumer key and shared secret into your Canvas. This connects your instance of Canvas with your Flipgrid account.
Our 3 tips. We want to encourage you to take a look at the infographics that we have created to go along with this session. Be sure to check out the Nevada Digital Learning Collaborative website. And we'd also like to thank our teacher contributors who graciously shared a digital class announcement and example for us to showcase. Alicia Meyer, Kate Harris, William Person, Jennifer Maher, and Jessica Rupp. If you have any questions concerning content, please reach out to us at our email addresses. Audra's is on the left and mine is on the right.
On the lookout each month as we will release an interactive infographic on how to use Canvas with students. Information can be found on the Nevada Digital Learning website. This recording is available in closed captioning on the Nevada Ready YouTube channel, bit.ly/NDE-DL-playlist. Thank you for joining us. Be on the lookout each month as we will release an interactive infographic on how to use Canvas with students.